Hello, Armchair Generals. Tom here with yet another exciting Japanese episode in the Hearts of Iron 3 game using the Black Ice 10.43 modification. I went ahead and did my behind the scenes work on the destroyers and other fleets to make sure that they're getting their upgrades, manual upgrades. Just simply continue on from where I was at. Just to leave off real quick, or pick up where we left off real quick, the Germans declared on all their historical enemies come springtime. They're doing pretty well in Norway, I feel, and Denmark they took very handily, very quickly. Netherlands, they'll be getting this in about a matter of weeks, I imagine. It'd probably be about early June by the time they're hitting up against France. In the meantime, back in Japan, we went through last episode. We went ahead and upgraded our submarines and torpedo boats. And this past, just between episodes here, I went ahead and upgraded all my destroyers and cruisers and light carriers. I want to make sure that they're all properly upgraded. The problem is, I mean, all these will be done fairly soon. Um, the heavier ships, like the light cruisers and the light carriers, not till next year. But like the destroyers, they'll be done in October. I got a bunch of uh, yeah, a bunch of destroyers will be getting finished in October. I have several ships will be getting wrapped up here soon as well too. The problem is the ships I'm trying to focus on to get finished, like the Soryu and Huryu, which haven't been built yet. I think they're going to get pushed down to the bottom to the point where I'm not going to see them until 1941. But that's kind of needs to be done because I need all these upgrades to be completed. Um, I found in my campaigns that well, naval combat's pretty deadly. If you have um, if you have up to date ships, you do much better. You do so much better. I've even seen where like one of my destroyer fleets of 7 destroyers tangles with an American battleship and cruisers and destroyers and defeats them handily. So, and that's when they were fully upgraded to their top of the line model. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be pushing all these ships that I went in and said I'm going to manually upgrade and just go ahead and take care of that. The good news on all this too is the amount of IC required by upgrades, the AI is going to tell me it's going to need less because I'm handling these upgrades entirely myself. We got a bunch to kind of go through here. Should have done this before the video started, so I apologize. But there we go. We're almost done. And let this run a couple days here, and let's see kind of where now we're set with our IC. Nope, don't want to buy anything at this point in time. So actually, not that bad, really. Granted, I'm not working on the Junyo Hayu and my other light carrier fleet down the road, but I'm still working on um, the carrier fleets that I put in last year in 1939. So they'll still be, even with all the upgrades I've got going on up here, they're still going to be done in 1940. And I've got a bunch of, as you can see, all these torpedo boats are going to be finishing up. That's not a lot IC. It's about 20 IC maybe, but that's sufficient enough to push down into here a bit more. That yeah, I should be doing a little bit. Should be doing a little bit better. Let's push an industry up one. Actually, let's get two. Let's get 3 industry on up top there. So that way it gets finished in February of next year. That'll help matters as well too. And with that industry pushed forward, we're still okay. Well, we're not doing the light carrier group anymore, but that's all right. Torpedo boats will be done next month. There'll be sufficient IC to push further down into there. And I got subs due this summer as well. Okay. Airport, we're going to go details and cancel it out because that's 1941. Basing is 1941. As we learned a few episodes ago, we only want to research same year or earlier, as in past tech. If you research 1 year or further in advance, you get a negative penalty. Um, Now, hold on. I could have sworn the last episode or so I was at just struggling to get to 100% officer ratio, and all of a sudden now I'm above that. Did our need for officers decrease. Oh, you know why? Because all of our fleets are in dry dock. They're getting upgraded, so we don't need officers. We can't use those fleets and on the board. So all those officers piled back into my queue. Okay, cool. I'm gonna leave this the way it is because once those fleets start coming out, that officer ratio is gonna start dropping quite a bit. So I need to keep still getting officer ratio. All right. Luxembourg taken. Uh-huh. No surprise there, really. And on that note, let me go ahead and focus a little bit better for you guys. Norway, like I said, that's kind of going okay the way it is. Germany needs to kind of take measures in hand here in the south and begin to take that a little bit better. Uh, they've got, I never liked that unit. They're using that unit. It's like a combined arms type unit. I never really liked it, but it was a historical unit of some sort. So if you messed around with it, it kind of broke things in regards to the OOB changes. So I was just left alone. Later on in 1941, I would have a unit built around it, so to help improve it some. I think I might be wrong on that. Hopefully, they've got enough supply. They just need to take Trondheim, move north to Trondheim there, and you've got a port. Anyway, let's keep an eye on the lowlands here. They're not pushing against France, so it's probably just here that we need to kind of focus on and see how Germany does. More interesting portion of the war than what we got going on. Supplies production, that's going to be kicking off. Yeah, that's going to improve the amount of supplies that we create there. This is a result of an event or decision that we took last game year, I want to say, where it was a decision on, okay, so what are we going to do in the future? And I, said, okay, we're looking at some expansion, sure. And the military is going to go ahead and do that. They're going to be pulling a bunch of brigades off, and that's why I'm pulling all my units back to the mainland, so I can kind of rebuild them, reorganize them, and whatnot. They're going to grab all these units and create different divisions, 7 different divisions out of the brigades that they're pulling off here, which doesn't impact us, I don't believe. So that's good news. Ammunition production, that's also going to be a drop off. And we're going to look at production real quick. Our IC, it was like minus 15. Now we're at minus 9. So those techs, and I've got a third one still coming up, do help in supply production. The amount of IC that's required for each point of supply just keeps getting decreased and decreased. This I guess I'll leave alone. I'll keep an eye on. Well, yeah, I'll keep an eye on the supplies so long as it doesn't get above 90. And there we go. We're back to researching those light carriers again. We still have these guys, but they're future. They're 1942 thereabouts type of builds. Okay, pilot training. It's 41 tech. We're in 1940, so anything that's not 1940, it's in the future. I'm going to go ahead and cancel. Yeah, Germany pushing into the Netherlands quite well there. And there's the last bit that I was expecting there, the military rations. We're going to cancel that out because we don't need it. We don't need to be researching. And it dropped even that much more. So now I'm just -8. So we went from -15, almost -16 probably, down to -8. So it halved what we're at here. So overall, our supplies will just keep going up and up a bit more now than it was before. And I think I'll have to drop this down. We're going to drop this down to about, say, 25. Our upgrades dropped as well. That was over almost 120. It dropped down by about 30 because of all the fleet upgrades I've got going on. No, thank you, Yugoslavia. Light cruiser armor. That dropped off entirely. Good. Are we making that much money? No, 31 bucks, yeah. Landing craft flotilla. We'll go and cancel that. It's 1941 advanced education and hydrophone. All those are future tech. We're not going to go ahead and take those. The so we see we're just 10 away now, and once the next 11 techs get researched or drop off, and or I get improved leadership to where it goes into research, um, then we'll start our next round of choosing what we're going to research for the year. The this actually is a bit of a bonus or improvement to the bonus. I think it was 12% last time. Got to be because this is level 3 now. I think it's 6, 12, 18. It keeps going by multiples of 6. So an increase of 6% will give us an extra 4, roughly, maybe 5 leadership, uh, which will kind of get spread. Um, well, mostly on the officer side. It might push some into research as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Oil refinery. Germany annexed Luxembourg. They said you are ours. One thing I like about playing Germany is you can annex countries to the point where you can then build in them. For example, this was Poland all around here. Germany can build there now. Luxembourg, same thing. Denmark, I believe they're able to build there too. I don't know if it's because it's contiguous or contiguous landmass, because I've even been able to build in France once I've conquered it as Germany. That may be a disadvantage that Japan has because the island nation, I can't build in Korea or China or anything like that. I can only build on the mainland. But that improvement to crude oil, cool, but give me something else. Let's see, mechanical computing. This will give us some research efficiency, so things will get researched quicker, slightly quicker. That's here, 43 tech. Amphibious evasion, 42 tech. And sure enough, just as I thought, the uh, the extra leadership that we got thrown into to research. Um, I'm just going to boost this up to 68 right now. We are at 110%. I mean, when all those fleets start coming back, I'm going to lose all that because the requirement for officers is going to increase, so my ratio is going to drop. But yeah, let's do a few more research projects here. Romania is mobilizing. You know what? Let's take a look at Germany and go to Axis. So Hungary and Romania are part of the Axis powers now. Recent enough change. I wasn't paying attention enough here. Japan, we're only at war with Xinjiang, even though we're part of the Axis. We weren't called in, or we weren't propelled into war yet. So that's good. Being part of the Axis gives us bonuses. Copper with Canada has expired. Didn't I just buy copper from the UK though? Small warship. That's 43. Amphibious ship. That's 42. All right. We're just simply watching Germany do well. I'm rooting for them. That dropped off. Yeah, about ready to drop all of ours. And you know what? Let's go one further. Let's just go ahead and click it. Say 70. Um, that officer gain is 16.5. Fine, that's sufficient for now. We can make adjustments later when our fleets come back from being worked on. But let's focus on our research at this point here. This is part of an ongoing event series, decision series with Manchuria, Manchukuo, our puppet. We started back in 1936, where we said we're going to focus, we're going to give them everything we possibly can to help improve them. And the idea being that they become a stronger power. Again, as a just in case, if I need to, take on Russia, I'll have a stronger puppet, stronger ally up here in the north. In a future campaign, I'm going to, well, of course, war with China, but I'm going to focus on war with Russia and not do a war with the Allies at all. Eventually, get pulled into a war with the Allies once Germany attacks Soviet Union or something along those lines occurs, where since it's the Axis versus the Allies, including the Soviet Union. I may get pulled into a war with the Allies at that point, but I just want to see how a Soviet first, Russia first policy works for Japan. So in that case here, this is the event. If you can read through it, gives you kind of the historical details on it. We are going to provide them everything that we can. So we have a choice of either the loans and tax exemptions or the our own industry help, or a combination of. You can see the benefit is well, so the penalty for all these is we lose money in IC, where Manchukuo will gain resources no matter what we choose. Um, we're just going to simply do the loans and tax exemptions, take a hit to money because we can afford that. I don't want to take a 10% hit to IC. If this was combined, which I mean it is, there's a 10% IC, there's a negative 25% money. If the bonus was combined for Manchukuo, because that's 25 and 25, that should be 50. Then I'd be like, yeah, that's worth it. Let's do that. But it's only a 35% bonus, so I say that's not worth it really. Let's go with money, taxes and exemptions. Give them some improvement bonus. Steel production, we can cancel that out. Industrial zone, we'll let that ride. Okay. Now we're at the point where we can pick more techs. We're all in the green. Let me go ahead and focus back on naval forces. Make sure that we've got all our 1940 and older tech, which I see long range submarine needs to be learned. Support submarine needs to be learned. For me that's a must need because that gives my long range subs and regular subs increased range, a huge increase in range as you can see there. Now we'll move on to escorts here. We don't do the frigate or motor torpedo boat, but we do the radars because they're very handy to have. So it looks like we'll be sticking with the naval structural improvements. Yes. Carrier tech, looks like we got everything here. Capital ships, yeah. Again, 1940 tech I'm focusing on and not choosing, the tech I'm not choosing is because it's not, for me, it's not worthwhile to have as Japan. Fire control. All right, so we've gotten all the naval tech that we possibly can here. Let's go a bit, well, let's leave it as is, and then we'll choose other things. Whoops, down the road. How are we doing in Norway, guys? Okay, so that unit's still there, but the one unit that was kind of running around here now is gone. So I don't know what may have happened to it. May have gotten pulled off the board um, for historical unit, or may just died. Thinking the latter, perhaps. Transport hull. That's 42 tech. We'll move that. Meanwhile, though, they're holding the Maginot line. Belgium's not looking all that great at this point here. Netherlands certainly is not either. Mass events. That's 42 tech. I gotta say thank you to searchers for pointing out the research that was doing it erroneously. Oh, here comes the Soviet Union as historical. The Soviet Union around this time, in fact, too, moved in and is taking all the Baltic states. But yeah, searchers pointed out that I was doing the research wrong because I was saying, yeah, I'll research stuff that's 1 year ahead because it wasn't showing up, there like that mark was for that 1943 tech. And he pointed out that no, that you do indeed get a penalty for researching anything that's not current year or older. So I did a little bit of guesswork and played through a new campaign where I tested it out and found that yeah, indeed, you have a more severe penalty for tech that's 2 years. In other words, shows up there as a red dot, 2 years or more in advance. But even 1 year, it's still a hefty penalty to the point where researching a tech that's 1 year in advance at the start of a year, for example, you can get 3 research techs done and completed for the cost of that one that you decided to research a year in advance. So I determined it's far better to wait until the current year to learn the current year tech. Unless the situation is that I've got more leadership in research than I have research projects, then sure, go ahead and plug points into the research there. You know what? I'm gonna not cheat, but I'm gonna go 72 here. We need more research. We need more stuff going at this point here because yeah, I need lots and lots of tech. Need to get up ahead on tech here before This 18 months here have passed before December 7th comes around. So they should have the Netherlands already, right? Yeah. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see. Huff Duff completed. That's 43 tech. We'll go ahead and cancel that out. All right. Now we'll go back to planes. Air Force tech. Anything that's 1940 or older that I could use. So yeah, not that 2-engine transport plane prototype. Don't see anything there that I want. I don't do strategic attack as Japan. I mean, I'm doing aero mines, even though it provides strategic attack, it also provides sea attack, and that's a bonus there. But I'm not able to. Yeah, Jarvisite and small navigation radar. As Japan, there's not enough leadership to go around to be able to do everything that I would like to get. So I try to focus on the things that are more meaningful for Japan. We're looking at air doctrines now, which I should have all this anyway research. I went through it all that I want to research. I don't worry about the logistical installation, airstrikes, air-based strikes. I don't worry about that kind of stuff as Japan. Okay, now let's focus on boosting up our IC and leadership. So looking through nation here, I don't see anything here. Industry, there's really nothing here that I need either. Steel electro welding, we could go for that now. I don't even know if welding or casting, for that matter, or heavy armor, if any of those three are needed for the naval forces. These are mainly for your armor. Yeah, I don't see where the requirements there are such. Well, yeah, welded plate, though, that's what the welding is for. But I'm not sure where the. No, you do need heavy armor forging, I see, for carriers. Okay. So we need to get that tech researched. And sure, we'll do the steel electro welding as well as a just in case. Electronic, 1940 tech here that could be used. I'll use the encryption machine because that will improve my subs visibility. Decryption machine, that actually will help out my my fleet. So yeah, I'll take that tech as well. Oh, and radar for cruisers, capital ships, aviation air search radar we need as well. I don't care about that. Infrared communication, I'm not up to wanting to research land ground combat type effects. We'll wait on that for a bit here. Don't touch secret there. And I don't worry about airbase blueprints. Quite honestly, I know it feeds into these here. I do as Germany because Germany needs tons of air bases. But as Japan, I'll be capturing the air bases that I need. I can't get to them. I won't be able to get to them any faster. Operation doctrines. Is there anything here that might be outside the norm? Jungle unit training. Yeah, that's for my Marines. Yeah, there's a bunch of tech that I need here. Resistance support, partisan suppression. You know what? We're gonna go with that because yeah, I don't need resistance support. Home front coordination. That's interesting. Supply throughput. Oh, military police also. Well, that improves their garrison or their organization, garrisons, police, military police, etc. Still handy to have, but not gonna get right now. This, the home front coordination I'm looking at, that does help out, but it's mainly for combat related type stuff. So I'll hold off on that too. Okay, I think we got everything researched we want to right now. Once we get down to 71 text to research, then and we're still in 1940, then I'll focus on the land forces and doctrines and chain of command. I get all those caught up here. Watching Germany run through and take over. Oh, more rebels. Transport ship engine. That's 42 tech. We'll drop that off. Okay, a bunch of these are just going to say okay on. I got to fly over there and handle that. We don't want to buy anything, but we do have some carriers here. that I'm going to place in Nagoya. Now, question is, are these modern heavy cruisers? Should be the Tone, or Tone, however you pronounce it, Tone class. Let's see. This is doing good. Yeah, I like this. We went down in supplies by about 2,000 in the period of a month or so, but that's fine. Upgrade deeds are going down as well too. Cool. Yeah, we'll take a look at that a bit later. I need to take a peek. Yeah, these guys all need to get upgraded because they are, well, actually no, these are rank 6. So those other two might have been the last of the initial 1936 builds requested. Well, not the last because I've got where are you at? I got the Hiryu and Soryu that were these have been ongoing since. But yeah, those two heavy cruisers might have been in this category where they were put here in the build queue back in 1936. I finally built them, and that would explain why they're rank 2. So I could certainly see that. Okay, we got some problems we need to address. My militia is going to come out here and go back. We're going to come here and go back, and he's going to go there and come back. And why not? He's going to come here and go back. He's going to do that. He's going to help out. Well, I guess he'll be doing that. Kind of a ring around the rosy. I will have him come out here, though, because he's pretty speedy. He can get there pretty quick. Do that. Trying multiple attacks. Oh, here we go. Let's do that. Trying multiple attacks so that way I don't lose quite as many men. I can kill him quicker. Okay, so that takes care of all the guys that showed up. Um, looking fine here. Yep. They're gonna lose that guy. Oh well. They just had to move north into Trondheim. I don't know why they came out this way. No clue. They're at least getting southern Norway taken care of. So, and they got a lot of troops. 5 garrison, 10 garrison in this area alone. Spread those guys out. Oh, yeah, the AI needs to be sending more troops. These are all the battles. Oh, I had another one. Oh, there, huh? I'm not going to worry about this because I'm going to have troops coming here anyway eventually. So fine, take it. Neze? Okay, weird. Iowa launched. That doesn't make me feel any better, of course. Belgium conquered. I don't know why they're not fulfilling, or maybe they've already fulfilled their conquest in the Netherlands. I just missed that. I might have hit enter and just kind of missed that because these nations they retreat to fight elsewhere. Netherlands and Belgium have territories in Southeast Asia and in Belgium here in South Central Africa. Netherlands, I think, too, has something in Africa. But anyway, they're able to retreat and fight for another day kind of type deal. You'll never conquer them per se, but at least you can capture their main country. We got a light cruiser, which that's this guy here, Kaikun. Nice, getting back to building the battleships. They'll be coming out May and June of 42, and a bit later for those guys as well. Yep, supplies looking good. Leave everything the way it is. Destroyer escort specialization. 42 tech. We're in 1940 still, so anything that's beyond that in years, I am canceling. Naval HQ advance. We'll leave these going because they do provide additional organization morale. For our purposes, though, sonar detection equipment. So I guess that just simply dropped off. I can't get that. And the 3x3 reverse, that's not going to drop off. I need to actually go here. See, now CTAC positioning is 20 and 16, where it was 15 and 15 before, I think. Or 15 and 12, rather. Yeah. So I'll do this again. And then we're going to, after that gets learned, then we'll go to reverse, where it's going to go back to, the negatives. And then we can go and get the last round of the level 5 3x3 layout, which should be plus 25 C attack and plus 20 positioning. I'm not sure why it works that way exactly. I mean, I guess it's for some sort of, historical basis or whatever. But nonetheless, this is what you need to do. Is just back and forth as I see it and understand it. Just go back and forth till you finally get to the layout, the level layout that you want. I think you kind of have to do the reverse too. If you decide you want to change your mind, let's say you don't like the 3x3 setup for your main and or your main guns, set in bow on the port bow and aft. You could pick one of these others if you prefer that instead. But for the most, I mean, that's what I prefer is a high C attack and high positioning, which actually the 4x2 looks like that actually does much better in positioning. Yeah, I have to look and see what the full benefits are on these to determine which one I might want to do, because this actually, the 5x2 layout looks like it gives you, some C, supply consumption and negative to C defense. But it looks like it would give you better C attack and positioning. Level 4 would be the same level C attack, plus 20. And the position would be plus 0.4, where we're at plus 0.16. I do like the fact that there's that level of choice here, where you can make sure that your fleet is how you wish it to be. Good. I was waiting for these two to come up, and that's why I needed money, because these two are going to cost me quite a bit for the next thing I'm going to be doing. Okay. Interception tactics, which that's 41 tech, so we'll go and drop that off. We're going to drop that down to 72. There we are. Germany finally enforced conquest on Netherlands, so the lowlands are all taken. Norway, yep, there we go. Now they're starting to move their guys out and about. They'll be getting southern Norway here pretty soon. This guy, whatever. I'm not playing Germany. Pushing into France for the first time. We don't need autarky, even though it'd be nice to have that extra bonus in metal and rares. We really don't need it. We don't want to take that IC efficiency loss as well. We got some more carrier research taken care of here. That's good. Interdiction tactics. That's 1940 tech, so we'll leave that alone. I do feel as well that making that change to the stance now, where I'm not going to be researching tech that's 1 year or more in advance, I feel that my research is coming along quicker than it was before. So I really wonder how much research I have lost out on by sticking for the first 4 years or so, 3 years, 36, 37, 38, 39, 4 years, sticking to that research, the 1 year in advance text for important tech. I didn't do it for everything. I just did in the couple here for infantry, couple here for artillery, CAG, subs, and carriers. I said, I research 1 year in advance. So I may not, I definitely didn't, wasn't fully optimized as best as possible. I probably have a few dozen techs that I could have researched by now. But doing it this way now seems like I'm getting my tech quicker, or at least I'm researching more tech, I should say, not researching quicker per se. I am in several techs, but I'm getting more tech. It feels like summer divisions are ready. Oh, just when we were over 300. It seems like the game teases me over 300, and all of a sudden, no, we're gonna kill you. Save the game here, and let's see where these units are. Okay, we'll just march them on down to here. It doesn't really matter how long they take. If they're already in this island, I'm fine with that. Oh, that's right. We have some garrisons here. Let's group them together, create a leader. Sure, we'll accept that. Let's also throw leaders on these guys. Okay, now I need to kind of figure out where these guys will end up going. So we already have garrisons here. So these guys can kind of head a little bit more inward, I feel. Let's have you go here. Let's have you swing out that way. Yeah, we'll have all the garrisons show up there, and then I'll filter them out throughout elsewhere. We'll have you go there. Okay, we'll see how things kind of shake down. Yeah, need a guy up there as well. Actually, send him up there. Send him up there and send him over there. Okay. Yeah, I like how that's shaping up. All right. Oh, has everybody moved over from China? It looks like it. I should also have gotten my my fleets back. These guys need to come over here, and this liner group needs to split up here, split in half. And come over here. All right. Form the 28th Division? Sure. Yeah, bye-bye 300. These guys can come on down. Well, I did request a bunch of summer troops. Ostensibly, historically, this would have been for the Chinese campaign. If continuing on, they needed more divisions in there, more manpower in there. So that's what they're really for. But I'm using them, or going to be using them in my Southeast Asia campaign. Capital ship. That's 1942 tech, so we're even at 72. And these guys can show up here. Ooh, real quick, let's take a look at those guys. Nagari Sendai, I feel that they need to be upgraded. Yep, Katori class is what we're up to now. So, no biggie, we'll throw them on there. And our production, for that matter, we're all of our torpedo boats got finished. Coastal subs got finished. So you see, we're doing pretty good in regards to even with the loss in IC, we're still doing pretty good. This is what I was looking at, is make sure that my at least some battleship is being built on, and they are. These guys, let me just send them up, but they don't take too long to complete and to get them upgraded, and they don't take that much IC either. Yeah, so all right. Supplies, we need to boost that up to about 30. Steelworks, Krupp Steel in Manchuria. This is for Manchuria. They're getting improvement in their metal. See, there's more annoying than anything else, but in some cases, they like you saw, I had a loss of my research efficiency and leadership because of a province up here captured. It negated the strategic effect I had for the Gulf of Chile. This is the airborne unit, I believe. Yep. Snag them all, march them on down here. This is an airborne unit, which honestly, let's give them a good enough leader here. Yeah, a lot of positive to offense there. I don't think I don't think the Japanese have a airborne uh, bonus, a trait that gives them a bonus there. Okay. The Germans do, I believe. There's like a medal or something that they have that gives them an airborne bonus. Ground attack tactics. We're leaving that as is. Oh, we got some more stuff researched or built. And I want to say that cruiser also needs to get upgraded. Yep. All good. Single engine fell off. Okay, so now we're gonna go focus on our infantry type tech. Taking a quick look through everything just to see if there's, maybe something popped up that I could use. That's 1940 tech. We'll go and do radios now. That reduces attack delay by 8 hours. Let's get focused back to Germany there because they're pushing into towards Paris very quickly. I may just wait until they capture Paris before ending this episode. We don't need that. The tank radio communications aren't going to help us because we don't have that much in the way of tank support. We don't do secrets. Construction, nothing there we really need to worry about. Wasn't there? No, yeah, wasn't anything there. So let's focus on infantry here. Engineer unit training. We have lots of engineers. Defense, give a bonus to defense there. Yes, please. Improve security units. Allow us to build police centers, which I'm not going to build anyway. Though it may give us an event that gives us the police centers because I had chosen such at the beginning of the year. Instead of the Kempetai, I said, let's build police stations. You do see, though, provides the improved security provides some suppression to recon cav, regular cav, police units. So, yeah, we want to go ahead and get that. We need that kind of suppression going on in China. Camouflage, yes. Body armor, I'm not going to take because you see it slows me down. I will take it for other nations. I don't for Germany or for Japan because I believe they need speed. Mountain infantry activation, we need that because we're building mountaineers. We don't need to worry about that. We honestly, I don't have enough trucks to worry about taking this, the truck and prime mover reliability. Same with the motorized support units. Okay, everything there is good to go. We're not going to take rocket artillery. Heavy artillery, we're not going to take that either. Though, looking at it, yeah, I'm not going to take it. Medium artillery brigades, not going to do the same with that. I just have regular artillery is all. Heavy AA guns. So HQ regiments, brigades have increased defensiveness, air defense, hard attack, air attack. So that's cool. Same as the Marine headquarter unit and the Mountain headquarter unit, which we'll be getting. But honestly, we don't need that. Anti-air ammunition. We will have AA, and I think you need this for the naval. Armor, I'm not going to take. Do I need gasoline engines for anything? I think it just leads to just armor techs. Same here. Really don't need anything there. Anti-tank. Pardon me. I would like to take it, but I don't think I have enough. I don't have enough research or enough leadership to put towards anti-tank, and I'm not going to see that many tank units running around in Southeast Asia. Maybe later. We do need. Oh, here goes Marines. Increased defensiveness. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here we'll be taking. It looks like paratrooper activation. Nope. While they gave us a paratroop unit, and I'll use it, I'm not going to build them. If I was Germany, yes. Let's look at our planes real quick. I think we have everything we need here. Yeah, I think we're good to go through our plane tech. We haven't researched anything yet that's going to pop up something new that we want to need. Same as our naval. We'll take a look at naval anyway, just to make sure that I'm keeping on top of this tech, because we want our Navy to be the best. And I'm hoping that 1941, 1942 will show me right on that. We'll observe some naval battles, and if past history in my previous campaigns is any indicator, making sure that my tech is current year, and making sure thus that my naval units are also current, current level, current model, helps greatly in naval battles. Yeah, we are doing really good with research. Okay, so for doctrine, we're really grand battle plan is what we are. But as you can see, there's other areas we can kind of invest in as well, and I kind of do. But we've been focusing so much on grand battle plan. I think I want to maintain it, because you see, we use these. Some of these I'm actually about ready to finish up, but we use these so much that it is going to behoove me to not start something new, but to keep going with the current tech that we need. Yeah, attritional warfare plus 4.6 organization all across the board. Yes, please. That may not be cumulative. I think attritional warfare gives you organizational bonus anyway. I don't know what it is. It might be a positive 1.8 per level, because we already have 3 levels. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, we need. There's a bunch of stuff here that we just need. Supplies can become an issue once we start attacking Burma. Mentally telling myself that to mentally prepare and get ready. We got all these we still got to go through as well too, and that's going to have to hold off for later on. As you see, we already up almost plus 20 in our research here. We have 20 more research targets than we have the leadership to apply to it. So I'm going to hold off on anything further. We don't want to go deep in the red here. And I'm going to let this go to the end of July, and then I'll go ahead and pause or stop this video and begin our next one. Agricultural advance, yay, but it's 42 tech, and we see green, yay. All right, we're 15 ahead now, so that's good. And that's why the fleet carrier class advance, that just falls off. Same with that close air prototype support. Oh, so we got a couple studies. Redirect your manpower. Ooh, I like this. We'll see what we can do there. Don't need the airport or road just yet. We're going to say, doesn't really matter. We're going to say requisition small civilian fleet, but we're going to say no to that. We don't want any fleet, because I don't want to take an IC hit at this point in time. We'll be building the ships that we need. We have sufficient for right now for our uses, for the immediate uses, but we're building what we need in mid 1941 or so. Okay, so we can redirect our manpower. Let's take care of these two first, though. So the Imperial Navy headquarters, I'm going to say no need. For my order of battle, for role-playing purposes, immersion, I think I've gotten sufficient. And same with air. I think I'm good on that. I just have the one it's one air unit out here though, and I want to say it's like Southeast Asia. It'll handle my air units here. Let's go ahead and do that. We need, yeah, this is what we need here. So we can have one air unit, the Imperial Air Force Army headquarters stay in Japan, and then the other two, excuse me, have one of the islands to quote unquote handle air that I've got in the islands. One air unit for here for Southeast Asia, and then another air unit I'll put like in Taiwan, for example, to handle the air units usage here in this area. Pardon me, my mouth is dry. Let me drink. Let me have some water real quick for in this episode. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Just I was getting parched, and my mouth was my throat was saying yes. You need something. So we have manpower we can direct to help us out. Um, so there's three options. More officer training, which will give up 1,000 manpower for 500 officers, which that could be something we could use, but we'll gain dissent, which is not that big of a deal. We're losing 0.04 a day, so okay, any dissent we'll gain will be kind of gone. And also improve our officer recruitment by 40%. This might be something we'll do down the road. I don't think we need that right now. We'll lose 1,000 manpower and get improvement to our IC efficiency. Yes, please, because we really need to get our stuff built quick. Or give up 1,000 men and research stuff a lot quicker. That's also a yes, please. Um, Which is more important to the Japanese at this point now, considering what's going to happen in 18 months from now? Do we need more? Do we need these built quicker so we can get more stuff out on the board? Or do we need stuff research quicker so our units on the board, existing on the board, will be better? I'm thinking more factory workers. I need to build more stuff. I need to build more stuff. Period. Research I feel is going better now that I'm not erroneously following along my thought pattern of research, stuff that's a year in advance. So I think we're doing okay in research. Could be doing a lot better, obviously, but I feel based on all the minuses we're having as well too, which should be dropping off in a few months' time. That 20% spawn penalty that really needs to go away. But I feel that we need stuff built quicker. Let's do that. And with that, let me save the game. Thank you everybody for watching. We're going to end the episode right here. I'm going to transition to the next episode very soon. And on that note, if you have any questions, concerns about this episode, comments, please feel free to leave it down below. But otherwise, I will see you next episode. Have a great day.